Hey, welcome back to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura. I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid. Take the message as it best resonates, okay? Never force anything. Always know that you get to hear the message that you need to hear, not the one that you want to hear many times, especially on my channels, because my channels are soul healing channels. Whether you're on my Virgo channel or on my Psychic Soul Healer channel, we're always looking at the karmic blocks, the soul wounds, how those soul wounds play out as karmic themes within our relationships, within our life, just our life in general, within our health, wealth, and all around emotional fulfillment. Now, if you're new to my channel, you'll also see that I do talk about what's going to happen between you and your person. But we like to focus on why. All right, you'll catch on as you watch. Now, if you resonate with this channel and you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, all you need to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the day. The word of the day always comes from my deck, the Psychic Soul Healer deck, made for healing the shadow aspects of ourselves, based on transpersonal psychology, okay? So let's see what the word of the day is going to be. Okay, the word of the day is going to be two words, self-observation. So you're going to write the word self-observation in your comment bar. You know, if I chose you, if I wrote the word winner underneath, if I did, we'll just correspond back and forth on YouTube, figure out the day and time that works for the best of us. The best of us? Well, you know what I mean. Anyway, like I said, if you resonate, let me know. And let's see how that energy of self-observation, how it ties into your reading. Let me just activate my spidey senses. I feel as if you're both, you Virgo and your person are both in a place of self-reflection. You, not because you're in a bad space, your person that you're connected to, I feel like is in a bad space. I feel like you've been in separation with someone for a long time, and you've come to a place of realizing that you have other options, and that you're looking at yourself and you're almost feeling like this person is dragging you down. And it's almost like the person that you're connected to, there is a soul bond. They can feel you again pulling away from them because it's been a long time. And so they're looking at themselves at the way that they handled this situation. And again, the choices that they've made. And when I say the situation between you and them and their life in general, because they didn't give you time, so they gave time other places. And I'm feeling like they're not liking it. So let's see how that little psychic tidbit unfolds within your cards. Or if it unfolds within your cards, why did I feel that? Okay, just from self-observation, let's see how the story plays out. All righty. Virgo, let's see. I'm really feeling like almost like your person, ooh, look at that. They just came flying out. And this one is like, I wish I could give you more. I feel like this person didn't give anything. I wish I could give you more. And I feel like they're not giving you anything right now. I have unwittingly sabotaged our connection. I buy that. Emotionally unavailable. I buy that. Telepathic bond, yes. A soul's connection. I'm done playing games. So I do believe, like I said, your person has come to a place of this realization that they have sabotaged this connection. And the truth of the matter is they're not coming towards you right now because they don't have enough to give you. And so that's why. Then they can't give you because they can't give you time. They're dealing with the choices that they made that aren't really working out. And I don't know what those choices are, but we're going to find out. And this is why they're emotionally not available. And I'm feeling like when they perceive you, they don't feel like you need anything. The only thing that you would need is, like, you would want somebody to be there to nurture the connection. So the telepathic bond is the fact that they're realizing that this is a soul's connection, and they're done playing games. Like, that's the self-observation. Like, they've gotten themselves in the situation because they played a lot of games. Oh, let's look at the triggers, actually. Let's look at the triggers and actually see. Again, we're going to look at the triggers, and we're going to see how those triggers, what they awoke inside of you, what your soul wounds, and see how, again, the situation plays out karmically. Trauma. I have unresolved trauma, and I took it out on you. I feel like your person listens to too many people that are around them. Again, make choices with other people, and that's really what it is. And I don't really know why they did that, but they almost like, when we're out of balance, we tend to be codependent, because we're not coming from our true sense of self. And when we have trauma, there's fragmented pieces of self, and which is what makes us codependent. So I believe that you're a soulmate to this person because you're going to show this person how to live, how to take care of yourself, how to navigate your life, how they can navigate their life more spiritually, because you navigate your life spiritually. And that's really why I feel like, again, soulmates come into the life to teach, to create awareness, all for healing. And when I'm talking about healing, I'm talking about when we have shadows, they're parts of self that we've disconnected from, disassociated from. So your person made choices from this low level of consciousness, and I don't really believe that they are at that level of consciousness, because they're doing like self-observation. They have had a lot of self-awareness about their situation, and they're realizing some of the choices that they have made was mainly because of giving too much power to people that they shouldn't have. And those people now, I feel like, don't really want to let them go. Illusions. I was living under the illusion that this was going to be perfect. I let myself down. So I believe that because this was a soul relationship, they almost feel like they don't need to do anything or put that much energy in. This is part of the reason why they're codependent. Like, people that are codependent, they don't take action. They let other people tend to take the action. Oh, they'll take action for someone else, but very rarely for themselves. They need healing in themselves. So what they do is they seek out to heal and to give to other people because of that. And in return, those people that they give to, of course, praise them and love them for everything that they do. But down deep inside, it's just keeping your person stuck in a place of limitation, in a place of just giving and not really ever getting anything in return. It's a very empty. And so I believe that they created an illusion also for you, Virgo, because you perceive them as something else. Because I don't believe that this person gave you enough ever. They were always emotionally unavailable. Not saying that they didn't have a connection. Spiritual connection is that there is an emotional connection. Your person never fed it. They downplayed it. They acted like it didn't matter. And I feel like at the time they possibly even thought that it didn't matter until you removed yourself. Hobby, the amount of attention and money spent on a hobby is affecting our connection, and it triggers me. So again, your person just didn't give you enough time, is what I'm feeling. That they just didn't want to give enough time. Let's see why they didn't want to give enough time. You know what? Different deck. Little shadow deck. Because there had to be a reason with, like, tell us something more than a hobby, because it's like, what is their hobby? Hypnotized. You allowed yourself to be under someone's spell. So again, your person, like, again, the people that they're connected to, whether it's a job, a hobby, something that makes them money, something that it could be a hobby, like their friend, just people that surround them, people that are considered friends is what I'm feeling. I'm not even feeling like a love relationship. I'm feeling like people that they considered important, like almost like family. Lack of will. A part of you has given up hope and stopped trying. And that's the thing, that they let other people live their life. So it's almost like they don't have control. It's this person didn't really do anything wrong when it comes to cheating or juggling or not. It's almost like I'm feeling like they gave people that they're friends with, that they have hobbies that make them money, and they gave the hobby and those connections more attention. And they continue to, so they're letting that money and that, because they don't feel like they're enough, and so they've given too much power to the people that are around them. And when I say power, it's like too much influence, because they don't have enough of a sense of self from their own going out and making choices by themselves and then seeing a good result. We get confidence when we try things, and even when we fail, we still get to learn. Your person lets everybody else do the work. So the lack of effort they put into this connection, and then if you would ask them, they would say, well, I needed to make money, or I needed to be part of this. This was priority. And so they didn't give any time. Playing coy. You act elusive so you don't have to commit. And that's exactly what they did. And like, they played games. That it's not that they didn't have feelings, they just didn't want to commit. They put everything before you. So let's see. I want to see what their true feelings are, but then I swear I'll look at your blocks. But I'm like, okay, let's see, like, did they not like you enough? Or did they have so much trauma? Because it did say that they have trauma, and the trauma that they had was from past relationships. This is why they put so much, give so much to their friends. That's why they put so much trust. That's why their friends have that much influence on them. And so remember, if they were to leave that, it's almost like they're banking 100% on you. And though there's a soul feeling, they didn't invest. So it's one thing to know it, and there's like another thing to really know it. And your person doesn't give enough time to really ground it to know it. I love you unconditionally. So there was almost like this sense that, like I said, they didn't feel like they needed to put in effort, because this is a soul connection, and they can feel that you have a bond. I'm feeling, because usually that's how it works. And you do, because it's a divine connection, but not all the time so you guys can be together. Sometimes it's just to create awareness. So they do care unconditionally. Let's get some more. Let's see what else. Sometimes they stay awake thinking about you. So again, they're in regret. Thinking about the could have, would have, should have, part of their self-observation. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. Yeah, because I feel like, again, the people that they're connected to don't want them to move on with their life, because they will no longer benefit. And I did a reading like this, very similar, the other day, very similar. I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. So they realize, and I believe that this person will make changes. I just don't believe that they're ready to make those changes right here, right now. And so, but without this connection. So we ask Spirit, why did this, what were you supposed to benefit from this? What is the healing message for you? What are you supposed to look at? We're going to pull 3 cards from 3 different decks. Handling criticism. So I believe that this person, low vibe, and I do believe that in the order to keep this connection going, they tried to form a toxic bond. And the way that that's done is that a person comes on and they're really, really strong. And then what happens is they pull back. They don't give any energy. And then when they do come back and give energy, there's a little bit of criticism. There's really to make you to eat away at your self-esteem. I believe that this person was not wanted to have their cake and eat it too. They were not ready to commit because, like I said, changing and walking away from that life, there would be no life, and you would most likely not stay with them, is what I'm feeling. So they created the illusion like they were strong, but they were not strong. I mean, I know I pulled illusions. It's like they created that. So they didn't ever let you that near. So they knew that if you really were to see them, so their way was to make you feel bad about yourself. And if you felt bad about yourself, you would have been stuck. You weren't stuck because you showed this person, well, I know who I am. All right, perfectionism. Again, triggering you to be like perfect. So you might have felt inadequate growing up. You might have not gotten emotionally enough growing up. And there was that lack. And then when that happens, when in childhood, when we don't grow up without that love, right? Without feeling supported, we tend to try harder. So it would have triggered that when really Spirit says, you are perfect. You're made perfect. Every single person is made perfect. If they have one leg, they're perfect. If they're blind, they're perfect. If they can't learn in school, they're perfect. And I made you exactly the way you are supposed to be. And whatever you want to do, if you can imagine it, you can create it. The illusion is that we're not perfect. The illusion is that we're not perfect because we see imperfections. Those imperfections are perfect. Spirit says we shoot for excellence. We may not do the same way to get success, but we all can get success. So if you wanted to be a painter, a piano player, whatever it is, a creative genius, you could do it. You just have to put your time in and find your own unique style, and the universe conspires to bring you what you need. The illusion is that we need to look a certain way, be a certain way. So again, growing up without that love, the emotional support that we needed, we tend to then try harder in relationships, like we're reliving that childhood trauma. And the childhood trauma is, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough. And that's how this person, this would have been a karmic theme that played out as that, like that kept you stuck in that childhood trauma. So from the childhood trauma cards, let's see, gifts, but instead you put your energy into your gifts. And you know what I'm also feeling? I'm feeling like you put a lot of time into your job. You put a lot of time into your business. This person isn't used to being with someone that matches them in that way. And it actually triggers them. So all other relationships that they had, they would trigger their person because they always work. Now you work and you put a lot of energy into yourself, and that's triggering your person because they are codependent. They need people support. And that was another thing. You weren't doing it 100%. So they couldn't visualize what life would really be. And in their mind, they want someone to dote to them and to do for them because they don't put that much effort into anything. And that's their downfall, because healing comes from seeing yourself differently. And that means you got to do something different. So I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. I'm glad that you didn't do that. Oh, let's pull one more card and to see what is the healing energy like? I mean, because you're like, well, what the fuck? What happens to Virgo? You know what I mean? Like, just like I stuck to and passed a spiritual test. That's what that's like. That's it. You know, it's like big deal. It's but we could say, okay, let's see what spirit wants us to to what energy we can pull into our life. Let's look at that. Listen to life. I am attentive to the world around me. Signs and symbols guide me to success. I listen and discover the way to the eternal. So again, this was all about, you did listen to yourself, and that is part of how we get strong, right? You take action, you listen to yourself, you see a good result. So it's also about co-creating with the universe, because it's, again, I am attentive to the world around me, signs and symbols. Again, your psychic ability is your intuition. And when we are co-creating with the universe, it's guiding us through signs and symbols. So Spirit's saying, it's like you're on your path to still creating, and I'm believing like you're putting, again, more energy into your business, more energy. So it was like a spiritual test, but it was also learning how to deal with this energy in an elegant way, which I do believe that you did, because I'm not feeling as if it was fireworks or anything like that. It was just like a detachment. And really, that's what I'm feeling. But we can say that just for shit and giggles, because I did say that I was done, but I will pull 3 cards just to say, well, then what actually happens? Because what I do feel is that you are on your spiritual path right now, and that's why it's like you're not, very rarely do you get the person that you're madly in love with and your business unfold at the same time, meaning success within your business, making it big within your business. It's almost like the focus. You wouldn't be able to give the time, and that's what your person knows. So you listening to yourself, and that's why. And again, strings attached, the devil, 4 of Wands, celebrating union, and 4 of Cups, seizing the day. So again, like it's almost like you're not with this person because, again, they want to be with this person. The strings attached is they're codependent. They're still codependent. Just because they wouldn't be with those people, they'd still be codependent. So you said no. And what this is saying is that you meet somebody else, celebrating a union. Okay. 4 of Wands, and then again 4 of Cups reversed, seizing the day, meaning it's adventure. You're going to get to know someone, you're going to still feed your business. And I just believe it was a spiritual karmic test, more that the person that you were connected to really learned from. For you, yes, it was a test, and it showed, I believe, how far you've come. All right, I'm going to leave that there. And remember, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, write the word self-observation in your comment bar, and I'll talk to you all soon. Talk to you later. Bye.